Yeah, it's been real fun, you guys.
Fun,
but,
though. Yeah.
The ride home,
long. Gotta
beat that storm.
That icy road.
So, yeah.
Yeah, those roads are bad. So
yeah.
Probably should be getting going.
Probably should be.
Probably should be wrapping it up.
Oh, yeah. Hey there! Welcome to Louder Than Ever. My name's Hailey.
And I'm Mary.
We are two Gemini Ravenclaws who are not going to become LuLaRoe consultants.
We promise.
And we have nothing else in common.
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Not a damn thing.
Nope. And
you betcha.
In case you can't tell, we're returning to one of our most favorite subject matters. Our home state of Minnesota, specifically Minnesota-isms.
We have so many isms.
So many things that Minnesotans do in a particular way.
We're a very unique people.
We really are, and so a lot of this you're gonna be familiar with if you are a Minnesotan, but stick around. It's gonna be good.
Basically, if you're a Minnesotan, laugh along, and if you're not, you just laugh at us.
Get to learn it. This is basically, you're going to be light years ahead of some of our other transplants. Just listen to this episode. No, really. I'll save you like 5 years of headache. Trying to figure out who the heck these Minnesotans are that you moved into this neighborhood and you can't figure anything out. We're going to save you some serious time right now.
That was an excellent point you just snuck in there, actually. You better work heck into your normal vocabulary right away. You sure as heck better.
You sure as heck better, because that's really the only acceptable way to refer to the dark, bad place.
Well, there's also the HE double hockey sticks.
Of course.
And then I've heard people, and I do this sometimes too, just shorten it to hockey sticks.
Oh, sure. Like, you're just going to go to hockey sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there are fellow Minnesotans that look at me like, what the fuck do you mean? And it's just like...
It's like, HE double hockey sticks. Hello?
Duh.
Heck.
Jesus.
What the heck? What the heck, I think
what
is
the heck?
What the heck?
Cheese and rice.
And you know what's funny is I didn't even mean to do anything Minnesotan there. It just happened. Heck just came out. Because Minnesota. Get ready for the accents. You know, it's funny because I don't have that thick of an accent. But the minute I start thinking about it, the vowels get longer, or if you get around a big group of them, or you get some alcohol going, and all of a sudden everyone's vowels are so long.
And you chew them more.
Oh, you just gotta rough them up in your mouth
it's like
little.
Gum.
Canada.
Huh.
Might as well have a piece of chewing gum in your mouth. Wisconsin.
Minnesota.
Which
brings me to the soft D. That's not what you think.
That is not what you
Looking at you, New Jersey. You had something else in mind there.
Who's got a soft D?
Minnesota.
Minnesota
has a soft
hear it
D.
There, don't you?
Yeah. We don't say soda in Minnesota.
No, we say pop.
We drank pop here.
Yeah.
But our state, although it's spelled S-O-T-A, is Minnesota.
Yeah, it's not Minnesota.
No. So we T's, especially in the middle of the words, but sometimes at the ends of words, become soft D's to us.
Yes.
Minnesota, about, T drops off there.
Yeah, where is it?
It's just gone.
It's gone.
It's not a boot like it is in Canada.
No.
We don't say that.
We don't say a boot. It's more about. Out and about.
Out and about. Are you coming with?
Are you coming with? Where'd you get that from?
We just really abuse the heck out of the English language.
Where'd you say you seen that at?
Oh, seen.
Yeah, seen.
About 80% of Minnesota does not know the difference between seen and saw.
Nope. Saw is something you use to cut down a tree. Last week I seen a coon in the woods.
A raccoon. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So I have actually, because we really do overuse our prepositions, and I'm going to share this even though I sound horrible right now. I'm still going to try to do this because I actually learned this as a student in New Jersey. And one of the things that was the point of learning this was to never end sentences with prepositions. Okay.
And then you moved here.
And then I moved to Minnesota where everyone ended sentences with prepositions, and it became very confusing. But anyway, I have a song. It's the prepositions, and this was my 5th grade English teacher in New Jersey.
Thanks for teaching
teaching me this song, because nobody even understands what it's for, and honestly, I don't really either. But here we go. It's the preposition song. Ready? Okay.
All right.
Here we go. Above, about, after, against, along, among, around, at, before, behind, below, beside, between, beyond, by, down, during, for, from, in, to, and near, of, on, to, out, over, since, to, throughout, up until, within, without. That's prepositions. I really worked on enunciating it, but no, those basically is a list of words that people use to end sentences.
Yeah.
What was that lesson about?
About.
What was that lesson about?
Do you want to come with?
Yeah.
Where's she from?
There's so many. Oh my gosh, this is horrible, because I remember literally being very confused. Like,
oh, I'm sure.
Why does everyone do that here? I thought this was a thing that everyone knew.
No.
She goes, honey, it's something that everyone knew about.
About?
But we just don't follow that around here. Like, okay.
No.
So it really does happen a lot, though.
It's crazy.
It's just like when someone says, can you borrow me $10?
Yes.
That's another thing that happens a lot.
That's very Minnesota.
Yeah.
I've not heard that anywhere else.
No, it's always been, can I borrow $10? Or
right.
Will you lend me some money? Again, just like lend is like, what? That's not, what? What do you mean, can you lend me something? Bank lends. You're going to borrow me some.
Can you borrow me your snowplow?
Right. Not going to give it back.
Not going to give it back. But
that's one of those things that stuff happens, though, and then you're too Minnesotan to ask for it back, so you got to go in some sort of roundabout way and be like, oh, I noticed, it looks like you're done with planting those things over there. Do you remember? That's why I let you borrow my snowplow. Looks like you're done, though. How did that go? Was that a good job? Was it easy for you? And he's not going to ask you for his thing back.
No.
He's just going to bring it up like that in sort of a roundabout way. Roundabout.
There's also roundabouts.
Roundabouts are things, not traffic circles here, roundabouts. I feel like we talked about that in the last one. But,
we may have.
But, yeah.
I've never even heard them referred to as traffic circles.
Google does.
Well.
The Noodle and Puff were like, what is she talking about? This is a roundabout, Bob. And I was like, she thinks it's a traffic circle. That's what, like, the majority of the world calls them. And they were just like, well, they're wrong. Like, well, yeah.
Well, yeah, they are. A lot of the world is just wrong about a lot of things.
That's really true. Oh, it's probably time to wrap up.
Yeah, we should start wrapping up here pretty soon.
Probably.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez. Oh, Becky. That's interesting. That's a Minnesota thing that I wanted to talk about briefly because...
Shh, don't tell them our secrets! They're gonna know we think they're weird now.
Okay, well... So suppose, like, Joe Schmo comes up to you and he tells you just the most ridiculous thing you've ever heard in your life.
There's trolls under my garage.
That's interesting. Sally's gonna start a business selling essential oils.
That's interesting.
Yep, and it means anything from legitimately that's interesting to that's ridiculous, that's stupid, or I've never heard of that before, please don't elaborate. That's interesting.
Super interesting.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, Becky, you know.
Sure.
Susie is up in jail over in Carver County for her third DUI. Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, that's Susie, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
Susie. Oh, Susie got problems. Susie's got... Oh, that's interesting.
That's real interesting.
I know. That's totally what people do. So
poor Susie. She's probably up there talking about the weather with strangers in her jail cell.
Right.
Oy.
Having people saying, say hi to your mother.
Say hi to your mom for me.
Say hi to your dad. Oh, say hi to your neighbor. It doesn't matter what it is. Everybody's always telling you to say hi to somebody.
Hi. We don't.
No, you definitely don't pass on the salutation.
You know when you tell someone to say hi, they're not gonna.
They're like, oh, yeah, sure. Oh, say hi to your mom for me. I haven't seen her in a long time. Oh, yeah, you betcha.
Oh, yeah, sure.
You said hi to me. That's like saying hi to her. Just put that in your brain like, oh, I said hi to Mary, so her mom's gonna get... I bet her mom's doing good.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The only time it comes back to you is when, like... Then that person actually does run into your mom.
Yeah.
And then your mom comes back to you and, oh, I hear you ran into Mary about a week ago. You didn't tell me.
Right? She told you to say hi.
You didn't.
That kind of thing happens too, but it's a very Minnesotan thing.
Very.
Say hi to your mother.
Say hi to your mom for me.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I have more.
Yeah.
Zipper merge. Okay, this is a thing that apparently most people don't know about it. I never learned about it as a child until... No, people don't, do this. It's like every man for himself. In Minnesota, we do what's called the zipper merge. That's where...
Well, wait.
We're supposed to
do the zipper merge. It's a state law.
Yeah. And it works, people.
If we do it.
If you do it right. So, you know how, everybody... When you've got a lane that's ending, everybody tries to get into the next lane over. They don't stay in the lane that's ending. Well, here in Minnesota, you're supposed to stay in the lane that's ending until it actually almost ends. And when you get to the point where you need to get down into one lane, you do a zipper merge, where one car goes from the left lane and then the car from the right lane goes behind it, and then another car from the left lane goes, and then another car from the right lane goes behind it. Yeah. So you make a zipper.
And it's just known that's what you do.
That's what you do. It's polite.
It's not rude if somebody comes in at the end. It's because they're at the end of their lane and it's their turn.
You take turns at merge. There are literally signs on our highways that say, take turns at merge.
Yeah.
Use both lanes during traffic. Take turns at merge. So we're literally being told to take turns and be kind on our traffic signs.
We are.
But the zipper merge, it really works. I mean, they don't use it in other states. This is what I found out. But we use it here, and it is actually very effective. And I've actually learned now, too, I do what I call the air pocket driving, where I always leave a pocket in front of me, and I go, 20 miles an hour, but I leave the pocket in front of me.
Right.
And as long as your pocket's big enough and there aren't a bunch of a-holes coming in and busting your pocket wide open with their...
Those are the people that aren't from here.
Right? They don't know about the zipper merge and the air pockets. And
good God. Read the signs! Read the signs!
And roundabouts and our clover leaf exits, where if you accidentally get off, you can just stay on your exit and make a big circle.
I've done that so many times.
Me too.
So
but that's not, I don't think that's a thing everywhere.
Really?
That kind of intersection.
They don't have clover leaves?
I feel like they do.
Oh.
They've got triple, quadruple clover leaves in some places, I think, super magic traffic.
Oh, heck.
It would be very confusing.
No, I like clover leaves, but I don't want triple clover leaves.
Sounds scary, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm not about that life.
Sounds uncomfortable.
I like Minnesota, where things make sense. Where we play things like duck, duck, gray duck.
Oh, my mother-in-law messaged me and asked if I would like some pea soup.
Pea soup?
That sounds delicious.
I mean, it's no wild rice soup, but...
No.
So, here in Minnesota, we play duck, duck, gray duck.
Truth.
Now, I am 28 years old, and I did not know that duck, duck, gray duck was only played in Minnesota until I was 25.
Okay. I knew because we came from New Jersey.
Yeah, because you're an outsider.
Well, I learned. I was raised properly with duck, duck, gray duck. This game is more fun because you go around and instead of just going duck, duck, duck on everyone's head, you go magenta duck, purple duck, yellow duck, cerulean duck,
green duck.
Right? And then you say gray duck. So the game is so much more fun.
Yeah.
Because you immediately know as soon as their hand touches your head and the gut comes out, you're like, oh, goose, I'm going, I'm running, I'm beating you, haha.
Right.
But
fuck your goose.
It's not really as much fun, and it doesn't allow for as much creativity.
No.
And also, we learned from a very young age that ducks, all colors of the rainbow, are good, unless they're gray, which is boring.
Yeah.
You can't be boring. The only thing you need to be is something other than everyone else.
Yeah. We also learned a lot of different colors from a young age.
Yes, because that was part of...
We've got kindergartners pulling out cerulean.
Well, you know, that was an in color.
It really was.
It really was.
Cerulean is a great color. And our kids know it.
They do.
Because they play the good game of duck, duck, gray duck.
It just allows for so much more excitement and, like, change.
Yeah.
And just, overall, it's a better game. I have no idea why everyone else plays Duck, Duck, Goose, because it's lame.
It's so dumb.
It doesn't even make sense.
First of all, no one fucking likes gooses.
This is why I say that actually everyone else is wrong. In this particular instance, everyone else actually is wrong. Just because everyone else does it a certain way.
Yeah.
Duck, Duck, Goose. It doesn't make it right, necessarily. Not when you're talking about Duck, Duck, Goose versus Duck, Duck, Gray Duck.
No.
We clearly have the superior game. And just because Minnesotans are the only ones who play it, doesn't mean it isn't the best. Because it is. It clearly is. We've just given, 8 different reasons why.
We've won this, America.
It should be Duck, Duck, Gray Duck, and that's what I've taught my children.
Get with the damn program.
I'm proud to pass my legacy down.
Well, that's good, because if you had sent them to school and they played Duck, Duck, Goose, I mean... Our hardy Minnesotan kids would have chewed them up.
No, they would have been like, what is this
the
garbage?
Fuck do you mean, goose?
And also, what's wrong with goose? What's wrong with geeses? What's wrong with gooses? What's wrong with geese?
Plurals. Plurals are hard.
I may have had some decongestions.
Geese suck.
But let's talk about that for a second. All the damn Canadian geese.
Look, geese are proof that God does have hatred in his heart. Because if you are a goose... You fucked up in a previous life, and you now are a goose because God is mad at you.
Geese are awful. Geese They're the worst.
Are the worst things on the entire planet.
We don't play Duck, Duck, Goose because nobody wants to think about Canadian geese while they're having a good time.
No. Fuck a goose.
They're such dicks. No. They just wander across the street and then expect you to wait for them.
Yeah. And they do because you have a kind heart.
Everywhere.
But, there's so much poop.
There's so much poop, and it's disgusting. And they, literally take over your entire that cute little pond that you have outside your office. Yeah, covered in geese.
Blech.
Then they have their ugly babies. Yeah, they're not even cute. Even when they're babies, they're not cute. They're ugly even as babies. How does that even happen?
I actually think they're cute when they're
You really
babies.
think they're cute? I think they're hideous.
Not when they're adults. I think they're cute when they're babies.
They're not, though. I feel like, especially compared to other baby birds, they are not cute.
Actually, most baby birds are not
adorable.
Cute.
Well,
no.
I think
because they have, no feathers.
Well, I'm thinking about, chicks. They're cute.
Meh.
Ducklings are adorable.
Ducklings are adorable.
Okay,
yes.
so...
We can all agree ducks are obviously the superior bird.
Well, obviously. Here. If you're doing ducks versus geese,
yeah.
I mean, there's no...
Ducks win, hand down.
Unless you're talking about the mighty ducks.
Mary, this is a Minnesota episode. You cannot talk about the Mighty Ducks like that.
The Mighty Ducks, that's what I'm saying. The Mighty Ducks are awesome.
That's not what you just implied.
That is too what I just implied.
You just said that ducks are awesome unless you're talking about the Mighty Ducks.
You're whoops. That's the medication talking, folks. The Mighty Ducks is awesome.
The Mighty Ducks is fantastic. That's how the rest of the
franchise
world knows about cake eaters.
Right.
Which is another Minnesota thing that you wouldn't know about if you don't live here. I'm a cake eater by birth.
It's not your fault.
No, it's not. I didn't pick what hospital I was born in.
I was born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, so...
So you're a cheesehead by birth.
That
explains how much why you like cheese so much.
I don't know. I read an article about how there's a certain fat gene that makes you like cheese a lot, and if you have this gene, you're like, yeah...
We should get tested.
I know. I don't think like identifying it would really help with anything. But they did this study where people like picked the most rich food or whatever. Anyway, the point is there's a gene that like makes you prefer fat.
We should Google the test for this and see if we can do it from home.
Doubtful.
But The Mighty Ducks is it's a wonderful movie. It's one of many wonderful movies that are from Minnesota. Or set in Minnesota.
Okay. What other wonderful movies are set in Minnesota besides
Fargo?
Drop Dead Gorgeous, which we already talked about?
Drop Dead Gorgeous is fantastic. Fargo
is not really that great of a movie.
Shut your face.
It's not that great of a movie.
I love Fargo. I like the TV show more.
Oh, okay. Well, then stop right there because you just said you liked a television show more than a movie. So I think that right there, no, it's the movie can't be that good if you like the television show more than the movie.
Because it's a whole new story. I already know the Fargo story.
Oh, okay, so you just like things just because they're new?
Yeah.
And exciting?
Yeah, basically.
Well, aren't you sheepy? Bah.
Sure.
Oh my god, what is happening?
I'm side-eyeing Becky like, what the fuck?
I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
No, Fargo is a great movie. Grumpy Old Men. Minnesota.
Haven't seen that one.
Purple Rain.
Haven't seen that one.
It's Prince. R.I.P. Prince.
Well, yeah, I love Prince's music, but I haven't seen his movie. Is that okay? I don't know. Is it?
Yeah.
What is it? What is it even?
I haven't seen it in a really long time.
Yeah,
so I couldn't
it's like music set to like.
Is
it like The Wall? Is it like that?
I haven't seen The Wall.
Oh, I've seen The Wall. Tuna dragged me to that same movie theater I was talking about, Dazed and Confused. It's the same thing. They had they had the showing of The Wall, and we went inside. And he was like, "It'll be great if you let." It was just music the whole time. It was basically like a concert that had been pre-recorded. Even lamer than a live concert. Anyway.
What other movies are there that were set in Minnesota? Oh, there was Deck the Halls. Not a great movie, but still set in Minnesota. With Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh. Wasn't Jingle All the Way set here,
too? Maybe that's what I was talking about.
I think it was Jingle All the Way
that
you're thinking of. Because he goes to the Mall of America.
Yeah.
Yeah. That movie's so dumb. Oh, it's really bad.
It's really bad. But
most movies with Arnold Schwarzenegger are really bad. Did we talk about Jesse Ventura in our last Minnesota episode?
I don't think we did.
So Arnold Schwarzenegger reminds me of Jesse Ventura. One of our most shining moments as a state when we elected a former wrestler.
He's not an ism, but let's go with it anyway.
Well, it was a very Minnesota thing to do. To elect a former wrestler and be like, you know what? We don't like either of these other choices you've given us. We're going to actually elect Jesse Ventura to be our governor.
Well, look, the country just elected Donald Trump
to be our president. That's why I'm saying Minnesotans are way ahead of the curve. We've already done this rebellious, weird stuff, guys. And guess what happened? Nothing really that traumatic. Nothing really that spectacular, though.
He did a couple of good things for motorcycles laws.
Yeah, that's what Tuna mentioned, too. He's like, did you know you can now run a red light if you're in a motorcycle because they're not heavy enough to set off the sensors for, the left turns? And you also don't have to pay as much. There's no more tax dependent on your, you used to have to pay a luxury tax on your vehicle to get your tabs, basically. Mm-hmm. And he eliminated that and said every car causes the same amount of wear and tear on the road, and so your taxes shouldn't be based on how much your car is actually worth, which that's kind of nice too, I guess.
Yeah, so he wasn't totally awful.
But he wasn't very spectacular.
No. Most of the good he did was for motorcycles.
Yeah, which is sort of odd because this is not really a good state to be a motorcyclist in.
We do have a lot of avid motorcyclists.
Though. Yes, but you have to store your precious baby
for more than half the year.
Yeah, at least 6 months out of the year, I was thinking, so.
Well, yeah, because even when the snow melts, the road is still sandy, and then it's extremely dangerous.
Yeah, so it's not really a great state for that.
No, but they do it anyway. We're tough stock up here.
Uh-huh.
We're real tough stock.
Gotta be to make it through those winters. Making through a lot of conversations with strangers about the weather.
Oh my god. You have to be so tough.
You do, because it's the never-ending conversation about the weather. As soon as it starts to snow, guaranteed you're going to get stuck talking to several strangers about, the weather out there. Oh.
You know, it's especially bad in the winter, but it's year-round here. If you get trapped, true. And I say trapped, but if you are in the same area as someone that you don't know for any more than, 15 seconds, all of a sudden you both start getting that, antsy, nervous feeling, oh, God, I have to talk to this person. Well, uh-oh. We don't know. We don't have anything in common. Oh, my God, did you see the rain?
Yep.
Yep,
I did see the rain.
I saw it.
Can you believe that?
Huh.
It's real wet out there. Oh, yeah, it is wet.
It's getting chilly. Think it might snow?
Maybe. I don't know, though. I didn't see any snow in the forecast.
Oh,
but
well. You know, those weathermen, they don't always.
They're not always right, no.
Well, sometimes. Have a good day.
Yeah. You too. Bye-bye now. That was just an example of the awkward conversations that we both...
worst.
On elevators, in lines at the store... unfortunate conversations with cashiers at various stores because I feel like they probably... I can't even imagine. It's been a long time since I cashiered at a grocery store. And I only did it in the summertime where it is less likely that we're going to talk about the weather.
Right.
But I can only imagine how many times a day they have to talk about how cold it is or how snowy it is or how rainy and wet it is or how windy it is or how hot it is or how humid it is.
Oh. The worst, actually, is when you get a customer who, wants to pretend that they actually care about you as a person.
Oh, sure.
And they're like, oh, do you have to drive far to get in? Did you try the back roads? Were they plowed for you? Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, no. Well, I hope you get out of here soon so you can get home before the storm starts. It's like, bitch, you're the reason I'm still here. Get the fuck out so I can go home before the storm starts. God damn.
People are so awful.
Oh, heck. They really are.
They really are.
But they're... It's so weird, because they're awful, but they're awful in a nice way. This is Minnesota nice. You're still an awful person.
But you're trying to be nice.
You're really trying.
So we give you credit she's a nice lady. She didn't know that standing there blabbering at me for 30 minutes was not what I wanted to do right now. She didn't know.
She was trying to be nice.
Speaking of blabbering for 30 minutes, it's probably time to go here. Little bit.
Yeah.
It's probably time to get going.
Yeah.
Okay, so did I tell you about the true Minnesota offer? We've got to talk about this. This is such a Minnesota-ism. It's almost like too much. And you'll immediately know if I had a friend who came from New Jersey and she was meeting with one of my local friends and she asked her, do you want some of my candy bar? And the girl's like, oh no, that's okay.
Oh no,
that's fine, that's your candy bar. She goes, oh well, okay. And she keeps eating the candy bar. And
what a bitch!
I know, right? And my friend's looking at her and she's like, what? You're just gonna eat it? And so she ate the candy bar and later I was like, dude,
what the fuck?
What the hell, dude? She clearly wanted some of your candy bar. And she's like, well, I offered it to her, though. And she said no. I was like, you only offered one time.
What?
You got to offer 3 times. So it should go something like this.
Here's the structure of
Here's
a Minnesota
how it should
offer.
Go. So I'm in it. So did you want some of my candy bar?
Oh, no, thanks, though. It's okay.
Oh, but are you sure? Because I have so much here. I would love to share a little.
Oh, no, it's okay, thanks.
But really, though, if I eat this whole candy bar, I'm going to be having a stomachache, so you need to take half of this candy bar.
Oh okay. Well, I don't want your stomach to ache or anything.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So take the candy bar.
Oh, thanks.
Now, the other option, once we get to the third offer, is to say something like this.
No, I had a real big dinner. It's totally fine.
Oh, okay. Well, if you had a big dinner, then I guess I understand. So... A true Minnesotan offer. You offer it 3 times.
At minimum.
Yes. This is like a ride to the airport, okay? It's the same kind of thing. The first time someone says to you, would you like a ride to the airport? You're supposed to say no and give them the opportunity to re-offer if they're serious. if they're not serious, they're going to be like, okay, good, I'm glad you got that taken care of then. And if you say yes on the first offer, you are rude.
You are so rude.
You are so rude. No one says yes the first time you're offered something because you need to make sure that your offerer is doing it sincerely and not just because they feel they have to offer it to you.
Because they're being Minnesota nice.
Right. Like, oh, did you need help shoveling your driveway?
Oh, no, I'm fine, thanks.
Okay, good. Okay, I was just checking because I seen you out there, but I'm glad to hear you're good. Okay. And if you get to the third offer and you still want to refuse it, then you need to give a good reason. You need to say why you're not going to accept the offer. It's not just okay to be like, oh, no.
Sure. Otherwise,
that's rude.
It's never going to end.
No, you're also going to keep getting badgered, until you give the good reason why you can't accept the dinner or the soup or the ride to the airport or whatever it may be. So, to recap, don't just offer something once if you actually want your recipient to accept it.
Right.
Okay. Don't accept on the first offer.
Rude.
Ever. Rude. And if you're going to refuse, after the third offer, the polite thing to do is give a good reason why you're saying no, you ungrateful jerk.
This reminds me, actually, I live in a townhouse development. Mm-hmm. So, we have the association and they pay for somebody to plow our roads and to shovel our driveways. But whatever the hell the company is that's supposed to do this, they're like so not on top of it.
Sure.
So I get stuck having to do my own shoveling.
Sure.
And I mean, whatever, it's fine. I mean, it's not fine. I bitch about it literally every single year.
Every time you have to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see a Facebook post. But okay, it's fine, she says. That's very Minnesotan. Oh, it's fine. It's not fine.
It's not.
She bitches about it constantly.
But it's fine.
But
this last winter, the first big snowfall we had, which was the same day that I posted last year's bitch about having to shovel. There were my neighbors across the street, not directly across, a couple houses down, doesn't matter. It was two guys, and they were out. One had a plow, and one had a shovel. Oh. And they did their drive, and they did their neighbor's drive, because we share one driveway to two garages. So
that'd be kind of hard to...
Yeah,
so it would be a pretty big dick move to be like, I've done my half.
Right.
Yeah.
So they did, their whole driveway for the two houses. And then they stood outside for a while and just, we're having a chat, having a cigarette with their nice snow plow and their big shovel and their nice big men with muscles. And then there's me. And I mean, I'm a girl, but I can do my own shoveling. But fuck you.
Yeah, right.
For not even coming over and offering.
Yeah.
That's so rude.
It is rude.
It blew my mind.
It's not like you're going to accept.
No, I would have told him, you know what, I'm fine.
I got it.
I can do it, because I could. But fuck you for standing there, just smoking your cigarettes and chatting the whole time that I was out there.
And it's not like shoveling is quiet either.
No.
It's loud.
They heard me.
And
they saw
you heard your huffing and puffing and your...
Oh, I was bitching. For sure. For sure.
Rude.
So rude.
So rude.
So fuck them.
Fuck them and their shovels.
I don't like neighbors in general. I'm really anti-neighbor, which is primarily the reason why I would have turned them down for their help.
Right.
Because I wouldn't have wanted
to
socialize. You don't want
to get too friendly with your neighbors. No.
But they still should have fucking offered.
That's like the after you. After you. This is so confusing sometimes. Oh, you can literally get stuck in a store.
For like 5 minutes.
Or you get stuck doing this awkward body movement.
It's like a dance.
Because when you come up to someone, let's say, now clearly the rule is when you're going to get off the elevator, whoever is on the elevator gets off first, right? But
that is the rule.
If there are 5 people in the elevator, it becomes a who's going to go get off first. I've literally had the door shutting and there's still people on the elevator because everyone's like, oh, after you. Oh, after you. Oh, after you. And then there's people waiting to get in, and they're like, oh, after you. Standing outside the elevator, Or we can't even empty it because there are too many of us.
But then finally, you get sick of it and you decide to go, but then you're the bitch.
Right, you're the bitch that cut everyone off. The only time this after you rule does not apply is when you're getting in line for something.
No,
then there's no after you going on at all. You're going to be after me.
We get that. We do lines really well here.
We do
in Minnesota. We're really good with lines and order and taking numbers.
Yes,
and we get that from our Scandinavian heritage.
Yes,
did you know?
No, just like the meters on our ramps.
Oh yeah,
we have to get in line on our ramps, and they're small little light. I don't know how many other places have these. I don't think that they're everywhere. They're like, there's 2 lights on each side of the on-ramp, and you're supposed to line up to go on the freeway, yeah. And you have to line up, and you wait, and these little signals cycle from red to yellow to green, and it's 1 car per green, and so you wait in line to get on the highway even.
Right. The semaphore tells you when you can go.
And it's 1 car per green, and I think the biggest affront that I ever have is when someone, like, squeals out behind.
How dare you?
I know, so rude. I feel like I still wait for, like, the next green. Like,
yeah.
Because it's not my turn.
How dare you?
But really, the thing that is the most exciting is when you pick the right lane, and, like, the guy who is actually in front of you ends up going out of the meter after you.
That's
so satisfying.
Oh, jeez.
That's basically the whole point of this episode, is to point out that however polite or nice you may think Minnesotans are, it's all just a front. We're rude as hell. Rude.
And we're going to call you on it.
We're rude as heck. Yeah. We're rude as heck.
Oh, my God.
And that's what I have to say about that.
Oh, man. So, you know, we got to get going.
We got to wrap it up. I mean, this has been going on for a while.
The drive home.
So far.
Man.
But, you know.
But it's been so fun.
It has been fun. And Tommy and Becky would love to get together soon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we should probably schedule something.
Definitely. Yeah, just give me a call.
Yeah, I think you got my number, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
Good. Okay. Great.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But, before we go, my dad, who is, as am I, born and raised Minnesotan, I asked him to supply us with some Minnesota-isms for this episode, and I think he gave us a couple of good ones that we didn't touch on. First of all, ufta.
Ufta.
Oh my God, ufta.
I always felt like that was sort of a contrived thing, that, like, people don't really say that, but then when I started listening, like, they actually do. I've heard it uttered in the grocery store, ufta. Like, ufta.
Some people do just do the uft. Or uff. But ufta.
It's a thing.
It's a thing. We say it. Thing. And it's treasured. It's our treasured little thing.
Ufta.
Ufta. Oh my gosh.
That's a good one. Thank you there, Hailey's dad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, Hailey's dad, you've been surpassed by Vistaprint as our biggest fan.
So
we get more emails from Vistaprint than anyone else. So
step up your email game, Dad.
They've clearly been determined our biggest fan is Vistaprint. Okay. Anyway,
oh man.
Sidebar.
Well, he wrote hot dish, but we did touch on hot dish in our last Minnesota episode entitled Majestic Hot Dish.
Yeah, we did.
But it is an ism
because it is a Minnesota-ism because
we call them hot dish.
Even though it really is just a casserole.
I say to that.
It is, though.
It's a hot dish. The only thing that's appropriate to call a casserole...
Doodle.
Fuck that. That's a hot dish.
Oh.
Goddamn.
Oh.
Green bean casserole.
Oh, green bean casserole.
Is the only thing that we actually call a casserole. At least to my knowledge. I've not known anything else that is absolutely still a casserole.
I guess.
Tuna noodle hot dish. He also snuck in Packers suck. So.
And I take no offense to that, even being born in Wisconsin. You're right. No. The Packers suck.
Fuck
their
the Packers.
colors are gross. Anyone who chooses yellow as one of their 2 colors is dumb. If you only have 2 color choices.
Mary, the Vikings have yellow.
I know, but they picked purple also, so at least that counter.
Okay, but I think your argument may be a little askew there.
Damn it.
Okay.
I like cheese.
Oh gosh, this is a good one. Kitty corner.
Oh, kitty corner. Oh, sure.
Yeah.
That means like across the way, diagonally.
Right.
Yeah.
Apparently, everywhere else, they say catty corner. Which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Caddy corner?
Caddy corner.
Like a golf caddy? Or like caddy like kitty caddy?
Yeah.
Caddy like catty?
Yeah.
Not caddy? You're doing that soft D.
Those soft Ds.
Soft D is making it. Okay.
But, yeah. They say catty corner. I remember at one of my old jobs a couple of years ago, we got into like an office fight about this. All the people that weren't born in Minnesota and those of us that were got into like a company fight about whether it was kitty corner or catty corner.
I've never heard of catty corner.
Because it's absurd.
That sounds where like all the bitches go to hang out. Catty corner.
All the bitches live in catty corner.
Right?
It does. So yeah, fuck your catty corner.
That doesn't even make sense.
It doesn't.
No, it's kitty corner. Although it doesn't really make sense either way, does it? What does it even mean?
I don't know, but kitty corner sounds better than catty corner. It does sound better.
Like I say, catty corner is where all the bitches go.
It is.
Okay.
Holy buckets.
Holy buckets.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, that's very Minnesota.
That is. I mean, it just sounds so great in our accent.
Holy buckets.
Holy buckets.
Yeah.
Oh
you're
my
right
gosh.
about that. You know, this cold has done nothing but help my Minnesota accent.
Yeah.
It's really been quite helpful.
It sounds just great.
Oh, good.
It's real
so
good.
glad.
Meat raffles.
Okay. Yup.
Not an ism, again, but...
But I wonder if they do that in other states. That's at the bar where they go around and you pay, like, sometimes $1, sometimes $5, and, like, the prize is a large amount of meat. Like, pounds and pounds of meat.
Yeah. Basically, you pay money to get tickets with, like, raffle numbers, and then they spin a wheel or something, or they pull your number. It's different. I think it's different everywhere, because some places have wheels.
Some places that do them a lot do have wheels, yeah.
Yeah. And then... if your number gets pulled, you get a chunk of meat.
And it's an expensive chunk of meat, or like half a cow or something.
Yeah.
It's no joke.
Yeah, so that's a big deal. I mean, you could win dinner for a couple days at a meat raffle.
And it would be delicious meat, too.
True.
Usually it's like good meat from somewhere good. It's not like, it's like from the butcher. It's not just from Cub Foods.
Yeah. Going up north.
Of course.
I mean, that's...
everybody goes up north.
Everybody goes up north. If you don't have a cabin in Minnesota, you know at least 5 people that do.
Yeah.
And you go up north.
Because you can't... we only have, like, a very small amount of nice weather. And we only have, like, a very small amount of nice places in the state that haven't been ruined. And it's up north. And if you don't go up north, then why do you even live here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Except for those hipsters.
Oh, those
hipsters don't even know. They all stay in uptown. Which is not up north.
No, it's not. Those kids. Did I ever tell you about the time I met when Tuna was in the hospital? He had a nurse that told me he had graduated from the U of M and he'd never actually left Minneapolis except to go to the airport. He flew in and he would get a ride from the airport to campus. And he didn't have a car. None of his friends had cars. He never took mass transportation anywhere except for, like, downtown Minneapolis from where the campus is, which is also Minneapolis. He graduated and then got an apartment in Minneapolis and started working at the hospital. And still has never left Minneapolis except that ride to the airport to go home to visit his mom and dad.
Minneapolis is a really big city.
It is.
To be fair.
But come on! He's never left the city! There's a lot of hipster bikers.
Has he even been to St. Paul?
No! He had never left Minneapolis!
Okay.
Except to go to the airport. So, yes, I guess he drove through St. Paul on his way to the airport, maybe. On, like, 94. That's it.
That's funny.
I know. It was ridiculous. And I was like, how is it even possible? But he had, like, the hipster beard. And was talking about how he rode his bike everywhere. Because I was talking about how bikes make me nervous with the van. I was, like, gonna run over bikers. But that's a whole nother story. But,
oh, man.
Yeah. You're welcome.
We've got 2 more on here, but then we really got to get going.
We really should be wrapping it up, because, really, you know, Becky's got to get to bed.
Becky's got
a bedtime, yeah.
Okay.
Gotta wrap it up, though.
Skull.
Like the Vikings
right.
skull? What is that even?
So, here's the thing.
I don't even know what this is.
Skull is Swedish, or it's actually Swedish or Norwegian. It's the same word. And it means cheers. So
cheers,
when we...
like...
Right. So when we say it here, we're basically cheersing the Vikings.
Oh.
So it's like, okay. But my biggest pet peeve with it is that on all the marketing and everything for the Vikings, they spell it S-K-O-L.
That's how I've always seen it. I've seen license plates that
That's
say that.
wrong.
Really?
That's how it's pronounced, so that's how we spell it here. It's actually S-K-A with an umlaut above it, and then an L.
Well, it's very Minnesotan to just spell things the way they sound.
Right. It's like, basically, we all have Scandinavian heritage, but we're too stupid to understand that an A with a symbol above it isn't an A sound.
Yeah.
So...
No, I'm from a town that's called New Prague. I'm serious. That's how they pronounce it.
Yep.
And they are actually Czechoslovakian heritage. Like, there's actually a mural of Czechoslovakia on the grocery store. I don't know if it's still there, but it was there.
It was.
Way long after it was no longer a single country. Way long after. I remember that being old news when we moved there. And it was there the entire time we lived there. Or the Faribault Mall. You know how they spell Faribault in the Faribault Mall? F-A-R-I-B-O.
They do not.
They sure do. That's what the sign says and everything. That's very Minnesotan to just
That's really funny.
Spell things how they were pronounced.
For those of you that don't know, Faribault.
F-A-R-I-B-A-U-L-T. In homage to its French roots.
Oh, Minnesota. Oh, Minnesota.
But it's Faribault B-O.
The last thing, and then we really got to get going.
Yeah, we really should be wrapping it up.
This is madness. Yeah. He wrote, this must be like an older term, Dad, because I haven't heard this one. 3-2 joint, but I've always heard 3-2 beer.
3-2 joint? What are you smoking, sir? And you better get some better.
Because it says after it as opposed to strong beer, so I know that he means
3-2 beer.
3-2 beer, but I've never heard it referred to as 3-2 joint.
Me neither.
So I think that's maybe one of your generational things, Dad. But 3-2 beer is basically gas station beer.
Yeah, because we're not like normal states that let you... Remember how excited I was when we bought vodka in Las Vegas at like 11 p.m. at a Walmart? I could not contain my excitement. The cashier was like really surprised by me.
Yes.
But we have ridiculous alcohol laws here, and you can't buy full-fledged beer at grocery stores or gas stations. They only sell what they call 3-2 beer, which is like 3.2% alcohol per volume.
Right. It's also the only thing you can get on Sundays, unless you go to an actual bar.
Yes. Can you even buy it on Sunday? I'm not sure you even can.
Well, I'm pretty sure you can.
I don't think so.
Okay, I don't drink beer whether it's 3-2 or not.
I don't think you can buy it on Sunday.
So maybe you can't.
I don't think you can buy it on Sunday. No.
Okay, well then if you want alcohol on Sunday in Minnesota, you have to go to a bar. Or drink at home. Or Wisconsin, yeah. Which
a lot of people do.
A lot of people. Those of us that live close enough to the border, at least.
Yeah. Because you can get to Hudson from St. Paul in like 15 minutes.
Right.
So, yeah.
Good grief.
Anyway.
But 3-2 joint, Dad, you're going to have to explain that to me.
Yeah, I want to hear the explanation of this. I want to be reported back to.
If there's something that's actually a 3-2 joint, I'm confused.
And you've just admitted to illegal substance abuse, which I highly doubt. We should really be wrapping this up.
We do have to go. So, thank you for listening to our Minnesota-isms episode. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we enjoy talking about it, because we love Minnesota.
We do.
And all of our isms.
And if you didn't catch it, we've been trying to wrap up the entire time, because anytime you try to leave a party...
In Minnesota.
It literally takes you 30 to 45 minutes to say goodbye to everyone. Nobody cares that you're about to leave. They proceed to engage you in a conversation that they've been waiting to have with you. Because you can't leave until they tell you about how Susie did this cutest thing the other day. And it goes on, and every time you say goodbye, it just gets drawn out longer and longer. So that was kind of why we kept...
That was our inside joke.
Yeah, in case you didn't get it. I thought I'd be nice and explain it. I don't think Hailey was planning on doing that.
I was just going to goof them all and just see who caught it, but,
I like to be transparent.
Every party has a pooper. That's why we invited you.
Oh, would you just... You're the pooper around here.
Oh, my gosh.
Like, subscribe and listen and all that stuff.
Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at LTE Podcast. If you missed it a couple of weeks ago, I live tweeted the entire Gilmore Girls revival. So go check that out, and, anything else that we've posted. Mary is, of course, posting her leggings for your enjoyment.
On Instagram. You know what? And this bitch. This bitch right here, I'm just going to tell you about this real quick, and then we'll wrap it up. We're talking about Instagram, and I'm like, my legs are the only thing that gets us likes on Instagram. And this bitch goes, well, it's not really your legs so much as your leggings.
Look.
What?
I didn't mean that you had bad legs.
What?
I'm just...
Yeah. She wouldn't even let me take credit for the photos of my legs that routinely get likes on Instagram.
I'm sorry, you don't do hashtag legs, and that's what's pulling in the likes. You do hashtag LuLaRoe.
All right, you know what?
And that's what's getting our like. You know what? Post a picture of your legs where you're wearing something other than LuLaRoe and see if you get this many likes. That is your challenge. Post something where you're not wearing LuLaRoe.
Fine.
Stubble.
Hashtag
First of all,
stubble.
good luck finding something that's not LuLaRoe to wear on the bottom half of your body. Second of all,
just
that is your challenge.
Know what I like.
Okay.
Fine. I'll get some walking.
Great.
I've got some Ravenclaw pants.
All right.
Yeah, fine.
Good luck.
Shh. She's being all big britches.
We're real Minnesota nice around here.
Yeah, really.
Have a great week. We'll be back next week. I hope you are too.
We'll be seeing you soon.
Damn it. You literally just do it to piss me off.
I do.
You're so rude.
It's so Minnesotan. That's so Minnesotan to just do the same thing over and over again and sort of giggle when they call you out and never, admit that you're really trying to irritate them.
Oh, jeez. Goodbye.
Bye. See you later. Thanks for coming. Oh, yeah, don't forget now that weather. Be careful out there. Might get a little icy later.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, did you get some leftovers? Wait there. Oh, but
I made some tater tot.
I'm gonna need that Tupperware back, though. I put my initials on the bottom.
Do you need a bag?
Bag?
Let me get
Did you want me to come with?
A bag.
Did you take a bag with? Don't forget to look around.
What?
Look around.
Look around. That's from Hamilton.
Oh, of course it is. Can we just stop this now?